Welcome to Webster University's Biz Talk Book Club. Today's subject, the new book, Think and Grow Thin, written by our guest, Charles D'Angelo. Now, here's your host, Dr. Benjamin Ola Akande, Dean, School of Business and Technology, Webster University.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Ola Akande, and welcome. Our guest today is Charles D'Angelo, author of the new book, Think and Grow Thin. Charles' name is quickly becoming a phenomenon around the country as a successful weight loss coach. And when you see a public figure who's become fit, his name automatically comes to mind. He took his own success in losing 160 pounds nearly a decade ago and pared it down with a degree in psychology from St. Louis University to create a system that changes the mindset of the person by following his program. And he's been very successful at this, more so successful that some of the high-powered success stories include our very own Senator Claire McCaskill. In fact, his book bears an endorsement from President Bill Clinton. Charles, welcome.
It's my honor. Glad to be here.
You know, your new book is really getting a lot of people's attention. You know, it focuses on helping others become healthier and physically better. But as I mentioned, it's also about embracing successful attitude. Charles, why is this so important?
I think that everything else out there is missing one vital component. There is no lack of what's healthy to eat, what's something that you can do to really get your weight down from a food standpoint. There's no lack of DVDs, exercise programs, things that purport you can lose X number of pounds in a very short period. I think what's been missing is the control center, the glue that holds this stool together. The one leg being the diet, which, of course, in the book I outline, here's what to do, when to do it, how to do it, exactly what you need to do, as well as the exercise being the second leg of the stool. But that third leg, what you just talked about, has been missing, and that is, how do you get yourself to a point where you look at food, you come to food in a new perspective, with a new perspective, where it doesn't mean what it used to mean to you, where you approach food with a whole different worldview about it, where it no longer controls you, where it's something that you're disciplined with, that you follow a very structured program day in, day out, despite the circumstances that come up in your life. And that's how the attitude ties into it. When you have the right attitude towards food and the right attitude towards exercise, it's not knowing what to do. That's only one piece, and there's no lack of that out there. What's missing is how to. My book isn't just a what to do. Of course, those are in there, but it's how do you come to food with the right mindset so that you can overcome this almost addictive type of behavior that many of our American societies, many people in our American society have gotten themselves into, and how do you come to exercise and learn to enjoy it so this becomes an integral part of your lifestyle?
You know, although your writing highlights health and fitness, you know, Charles, I'm struck with how so much of what you teach and what you write can be used by anyone, especially even business leaders. Because in being successful each day, you talked about examples about becoming motivated and not letting bumps in the road derail you. How do you learn that lesson, and how can we all learn and live the lessons that you espoused in this book?
I think that, again, it comes right down to the core message of the book, and that is you have to learn to master your own mindset. Without that, you're not able to stay consistent. Consistency in business, consistency in life, consistency in relationships is what builds trust. And that trust then leads to belief. That belief then influences your behavior. So many people don't trust themselves enough to commit to something. They've tried so many different things that are out there, and they haven't been consistent, so they haven't gotten the result. That old pattern is still circling in their mind. So when they come to another program, they say, well, how's this going to change anything for me? The answer is it's not, unless you're willing to change the way you think about it. In business, a person lets their business operate under logic, not through emotion. They remove the emotional side of things, and they look at the numbers, but they also stay true to themselves, to their core vision. When you build a business, one idea is to make sure that you know who you are when you're building the business. What is this business out to do? We're here to serve people. We're here to contribute. We're here to make a difference. To do so, we have to be able to function. We have to be able to make money. But if all of a sudden there's one night that you have a big outburst with one of your employees and you just blow it and you just scream and holler and rant and rave, and you do this in front of all the other people that work for you, that one blowout can change so much in that culture in the business. So you have to learn how to manage your emotions. And I think that's what's been missing when it comes to food, and what's been missing when it comes to exercise is people let their emotion drive their behavior. When you make this as basic as hygiene, when you make healthy eating and exercise as basic as hygiene, as waking up and taking a shower every day, where no longer are they the highlights of your day, and as far as bad foods are concerned, those are not the highlights of your day anymore, but rather they're just what you do. You have a plan, you stick to it. You also have in business, how does that relate to this? Accountability. You have checks and balances. So you're watching yourself. You're watching your balance sheet every month to make sure that everything's in alignment and where it should be for where you're projecting to be. So many people come at weight loss haphazardly. They don't have a plan. They don't know what they're going to do from day to day. They don't know where it's going to come from. They don't know what time of day they're going to exercise. You have to approach this with a structure. In my book, I put out exactly the plan that I recommend to anyone who seeks my counsel. Here's what to do, when to do it, how to do it with food. Here's what to do with exercise. Here's when to do it. Here's what's most effective. Here's what I found to work for the people that have lost over 200 pounds and the people that just want to lose 10 or 20 pounds. But it's not just what to do again. It's how to come to it. Because without that vision, without that blueprint, with the end result in mind, you can't bring about the changes you want. I oftentimes will say that people are out there today with this big jigsaw with all sorts of pieces. The pieces are all there, and they're messing around trying to put the pieces together, but they're missing the one thing that puts the whole thing in perspective, and that is the box lid. And my book is the box lid. The pieces, of course, are out there, but everything else is missing that box lid, and that's what I bring to the table with this book, Think and Grow Thin.
You know, the one thing you can control is taking control of yourself. You're right. And that those of us who want to change our lifestyles need to make goals that are a burning desire, as strong as our basic needs of shelter and water. The same is true, especially these days in business, when corporations as well as entrepreneurs try to set goals. You know, setting goals, because goals enables us to know where the sort of finish line is, and then that finish line keeps moving. But my question to you, Charles, is why is it so important to establish the discipline that comes with goal setting when it comes to weight loss?
In the book, I outline what I call the 3 R's. The number 1 R is the results you're after. That is, those would be the goals. What are you looking to achieve? What is this program going to bring about? That's important. Having an outcome in business is important. Knowing what you want to bring in revenue every year is important. But I think what keeps a business sustained, one of my all-time greatest influences, is Walt Disney, a man who now have been gone. He's been gone for 50, 60 years, I think. His business is still an empire because of the vision he had. Now you say, is it because of the numbers? Is it because they just set good goals? I don't believe so. I think that may be a piece of it. But I think the bigger driving force is the vision. And that in my book I call the reasons. You have to have reasons you want to lose weight, and they need to be bigger than just vanity. They need to be bigger than just, I want to lose 15 pounds to be able to go to my reunion and look the way I did in high school. It has to be, I want to be the best dad I can be. I want to be the best mother I can be. I want to be the best business leader I can be. I am at the forefront of my company. I am the CEO. I am the head of this organization. I need to represent myself, my vision, the level of health that I would like my employees to have through my own example. I need to be authentic. So many people, Ben, are living a life out of what other people want their lives to be, rather than just being themselves. And that brings about a lot of pain. And that pain then leads people to coping through unhealthy eating and inactivity. So the core of all that is goal setting has to be predicated on a deep, deep reason to have that goal come to pass. And I think you have to already know that you are there. I say in my book, when you're overweight, you need to see yourself as a fit person simply carrying around a ton of extra fat. If you come at this and say, imagine if you own a business and you say, we're really not worth $1 million a year. We're probably a $200,000 company a year. Well, do you think anyone else is going to tell you different? You have to have that vision. If you're making $1 million a year and bringing that in revenue, you need to say that we're a $20 million a year company. And through that core vision and that core belief and that enthusiasm, that's going to emanate to all those people around you. When you're excited about your own personal weight loss goal, it excites your family. But it's really irrelevant what other people think. Know who you are. Have that core belief about yourself that you are fit, healthy, and vital, and you have a lot to contribute. And soon you'll find that your behaviors will be congruent with that belief.
Charles, I want to end with one question to you, and this question is for all of us as we start the year 2012, and people start making all kinds of resolutions. And what we found is that a lot of resolutions are essentially just they're not kept. I mean, we say them at the beginning of the year, and then we come back to them the next year. What would be the best resolution that the advice that you would give all of us as we go into this new year 2012 in terms of our health and our success?
I think that's an excellent question for a couple of reasons. One being, I was the guy that would always say that once January 1st arrived, I would change my habits. I would start eating right. I would start exercising. I would get myself in check. I would take control of myself. Unfortunately, January 1st would come and go, and an additional 15 pounds would have been accrued through my behaviors over that period. So I understand where people are coming from when they want to set a New Year's resolution. I think that the most important thing a person could do is to let go of what they've tried before. Let go of this history in their mind that, well, I've done it all. This is just another program. This is just another diet that I'm going to try at and fail at. You have to let go of the past or learn how to reinterpret it as something that's beneficial to you in the present. So make the resolution to open yourself up to new possibilities, to make yourself positive and to say, you know what? Everything that I've been through has led me exactly to this point. Sitting in this car, sitting in front of this computer, listening to this right now, it all has happened for a reason. And the reason is there's something greater out there for me. There's a huge destiny that I have to fulfill. I have a calling. I have a set of unique gifts, skills, and talents that I can contribute. And my weight is a serious hindrance. My health, more importantly, is a serious hindrance with this extra weight. I have to get myself to be optimum. I have to learn to love myself, take my flaws into consideration, and love myself as I am. Forgive myself, forgive other people that I believe in my life may have wronged me for any reason, and move forward. Let go of the past. If you're running a business and you had a rough year because of the economic climate right now, you say, you know what? This has really helped me out. It's made me get down to the real bare bones of how this business needs to run, and really has clarified for me what's important in life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that experience to better myself and thereby better my organization, inspire my team, and bring about 2012 as the best year I could have ever imagined it to be.
We are talking to author Charles D'Angelo, talking about his new book and his perspective on living and living a healthy life. Charles has become a national phenomenon by his very specific weight loss formula that is very mundane and easy to understand, and it makes it easy. And I want to tell you, just in terms of full disclosure here, that I have significantly gained from working with Charles and reading his book over the last couple of months. That my life and my health has been positively impacted as a result of my association with him. And I can say to you that for those of you guys that are thinking, oh well, this is a new year where I'm going to make another commitment that I can't keep. One commitment I want you to make is pick up his book, because when you pick up that book, you will find it to be a very comprehensive book that gives you the formula, that gives you the direction, the blueprint for how you can live a healthy life. Charles, thanks for joining me this afternoon.
It's been my honor, and I want everyone listening to know that no matter what they've tried before, no matter how many times they've tried, don't ever lose hope. This can truly be the thing that will transform your life if you'll let me help you.
Thank you, Charles.
My pleasure.
You have been listening to Webster University's Biz Talk Book Club with Dr. Benjamin Ola Akande, Dean, School of Business and Technology, Webster University. Today's subject, the new book, Think and Grow Thin, written by Charles D'Angelo. Your comments and feedback on our book reviews are welcome. Please email us at deanspt@webster.edu or call us at 314-246-5951. 314-246-5951.